In this morning's Money Watch, cashing in on the recession. Yes, you heard right. 7 years ago, best-selling author David Bach laid out a plan for personal wealth, and then the economy bottomed out. So he wrote a new book. It's called Start Over, Finish Rich, 10 Steps to Get You Back on Track in 2010. David joins us this morning. Also one of his loyal readers, Denise Brandenburg. Thank you, Denise, for reading him loyally, right? That's what you wanted to say. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
So I know that your advice for people like Denise, who did everything right and who were, you know, in great shape at the end of 2009, is a recession is a terrible thing to waste. What does that mean?
What it means is that a recession creates opportunities that we only see every 10 years. Everything gets cheaper. Stocks get cheaper. Bonds get cheaper. All investments get cheaper. Real estate gets cheaper. Starting a business, employees are actually cheaper. So if you look at the glasses being half full, what you realize in a recession is that there's opportunity everywhere. And again, it only comes around every 10, 15 years. So you have to take advantage of recessions because they create millionaires.
Huge opportunities, but also, as Denise knows, huge dilemmas come with a recession. For example, you have no credit card debt. You have no car loan. All you had was a mortgage that you paid religiously. And now the housing market went to hell and you're $130,000 underwater. What is your question for David?
My question is, I'm getting pressure from all sides to refinance. Right now I have a 7-year ARM mortgage loan. And what I'm hearing from all sides is refinance right now to a 30-year fix, right now.
Lock in these low rates.
Lock it in, but when we did the math, it turns out that the mortgage payment would go up $700 a month.
So refinancing is what everybody is told to do.
Everybody's being told to refinance, and a lot of times it makes sense, but you have to crunch the numbers. Again, looking at the recession as an opportunity. I went through her math. Right now she's got an adjustable rate mortgage that's 5.75%, a very low rate. It's not due for 4 more years. The cost for her to refinance to a fixed mortgage would be an extra $700 a month. So what I basically just told Denise in the green room is you don't need to refinance, because what would happen is she'd spend over the next 4 years $40,000 for the luxury of locking her rate for 30 years. So she's been worrying about this for 5 weeks. Really, in a matter of minutes, with the techniques in my book and Start Over, Finish Rich, I was able to go, look, 1, 2, 3, you don't need to refinance. Let's take that money and actually build your emergency account instead. So 4 years from now, you've got $40,000 put away in an emergency account. That way, if rates go up, you're protected.
Let's talk about some of the other techniques that you mentioned in your book. Number 1, you say find your money now.
Yes, find your money now. I was kidding her if she's found her latte factor. I talk about the idea that even in a recession, we still waste small amounts of money on little things. Now, it doesn't have to be lattes. Denise is like, I don't drink coffee, but it could be anything, bottled water, cigarettes. So one of the things I talked about with Denise, and she's doing it, is she's using a software program now to track all of her expenses for the next 90 days to see where is she wasting $5 to $10 a day on little things, because $10 a day, if she redirects that money to savings, can make her a millionaire by the time she retires. So the latte factor is that metaphor for, even though it's not her coffee, it could be something else. So in 90 days, she'll know where her latte factor is.
So you have to make an effort to cut out things that are really nice, but that you don't necessarily need.
Exactly.
And then let's talk about one more, get automated. This is something that really is a no-brainer, easy for people to do.
The secret to building wealth in a recession is to put your financial life on autopilot. So don't use budgets, don't use discipline. In her case, and really anyone in America's case, I want you to save 5%, pay yourself first, 5% of your gross income automatically into a 401k plan. And then also 5% of your gross income into an emergency account. So your money is actually moving into 2 specific buckets, retirement and emergency accounts. And then the third thing I love to talk about is your dreams. You know, this idea that the way we make our dreams come true in 2010 is we pay cash for them. So if someone says to me, David, you know, my dream is, I know it's a recession and I'm unemployed, but I really want to go on this trip to Hawaii. All right, well then let's figure out how to make some money and put that money aside for that account for that Hawaii trip. Maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next year. But by having cash set aside for that dream account, you've bought your dreams and they come true.
And what you meant by get automated is make your payments automatically from your account, right?
Automatically, like, you know, in her case, her employer can move the money right directly before she gets her paycheck, right into the 401k plan for her. She doesn't touch the money.
That way you're not tempted to use it for anything else.
And with a savings account. She happens to work for the federal government, so she can go to the federal government, and you're doing this now, right? So the federal government, you know, with literally 5 minutes, she can sign a form and it's done for her. And that's what anybody in America can do, whether you're a federal government employee or a private employer.
All right, David, Denise, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All that information is in David's book, which is a quick and easy read. So check it out, and for more information on it, go to cbsmoneywatch.com.